From a 6,500 square foot mansion in Davis Islands to a multi-million-dollar ship named Viva La Vida, here are all the insane ways Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen spend their fortunes, starting with the immense joint fortune. As you know, the former power couple parted ways amicably after a whole 13 years of marriage. That can't have been too easy. They had a lot of assets to divide up among themselves post their highly publicized divorce. Both TB12 and Gisele Bundchen have launched ginormous careers over the past years. She's been part of more than 500 campaigns and has posed for 2,000 magazine covers. The supermodels also walked in around 800 fashion shows. Following their divorce, she has an estimated net worth of $400 million, which is a lot more than her ex-husband Tom Brady.
The last one I read is called The Infinite View. Have you read it?
I have not read that.
No, I don't. I live in Boston for the last 12 years with my hubby, and I haven't really seen so much of everyone, so this is the time of year I get to see everyone, so I really like that.
But Brady's not a long way behind, though. Apart from being a talented QB, he's got a pretty flashy net worth. And can you take any guesses as to how much it is? $1 million? 2? 10? Nope, the star QB has a reported net worth of $250 million US. And of course, most of his fortune is amassed from his years of playing in the NFL. But a lot of his net worth also comes from his side businesses outside of the league. Tom launched his lifestyle brand in 2013, known as TB12. He also has his own production company called 199 Productions. He launched this in 2020, and it's set to create documentaries, TV shows, and even feature films. That sounds pretty creative. I'm excited to see what kind of new stuff TB comes up with next. He's also done a good amount of campaigns over the past few years, including UGG, Wheaties, Smartwater, and Movado, which only added to his massive fortune. It was also in 2020 that Tom Brady published his first book titled The TB12 Method: How to Do What You Love Better. This book got so popular that it became a New York Times bestseller. Before their split, the couple seemed to have big plans. They bought 4 separate homes that were incredibly lavish, including a $17 million estate in Miami that was in the middle of being rebuilt when the couple finalized their divorce, and a mansion in Costa Rica, as well as a $3.6 million condo in New York City. So what else do Tom Brady and his ex-wife spend their millions on? Well, they seem to really love buying real estate for one. Once the golden couple tied the knot in a lavish ceremony in 2009, they decided to mark the occasion by buying a gigantic mansion. Like they say, everything's bigger in Texas. And this apparently includes Brady's bank account. The ex-couple dropped $11 million on a 14 square feet mansion in Brentwood, California. Only a few years down the line, they sold it to American rapper Dr. Dre for $40 million. Reports say they'd spent extra money on a new interior design for the house. No wonder they sold it for such a high price. I would have done the same if I had the money. The power couple then bought an $11.7 million luxury apartment the following year at One Madison in New York City. They'd only owned it for a couple of years before they upsold it again for $13.25 million. That wasn't the end of their adventures in New York City, though. The family bought a 12th level condo in the Tribeca neighborhood soon after. It cost $20 million and was 5,000 square feet. Apparently, they chose to buy it because TB wears the number 12 during his games. So aside from buying properties, what else interests Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen? They've been spotted at a bunch of high-profile events. Tom's attended quite a few highly publicized events in the past few years. These include the Kentucky Derby, the world-famous Carnival in Brazil, and the Met Gala. In fact, Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen co-chaired the 2017 Met Gala too.
You know, these 4 amazing women in Massachusetts that bonded over football, and their lives kind of all went in different directions. And
yeah, it's really based on performance and recovery, and I think, you know, for me as an athlete, that's obviously critical to my career.
That's amazing. The couple was also seen at the 2014 FIFA World Cup partying with Ashton Kutcher. The two were seen in the 2018 Met Gala wearing expensive fashion wear. TB12 went for a classy look by pairing a turtleneck with a matching suit jacket that had a golden pattern on the lapel. Aside from attending fancy events and parties, the Bradys were also pretty famous for their lavish travels worldwide. They went to Doha in Qatar on a private jet a couple of years ago. They posted pictures of the couple riding camels on Instagram. Well, that definitely definitely sounds like an exotic vacation. Tom was also seen attending a VIP party on a yacht in Monaco. This party was attended by some high-profile celebs, like Bella Hadid and Daniel Ricciardo. Brady's pretty humble, though. He gives back to society through the non-profit organization that he set up in 2005. His organization's called the Foundation to Alter the World. Tom chipped in $10,000 initially, and since then has collabed with Best Buddies to raise a whopping $46 million for Best Buddies charitable efforts. That's a massive amount, and it turns out that the 7-time Super Bowl champ is a fan of fancy cars. He owns some of the most impressive car collections among athletes and sports stars. He's the owner of 2 exotic supercars and 3 luxury sports cars. He even owns a bunch of electric vehicles, as well as 2 customized sports utility vehicles. He has over 15 cars in his exotic car collection, which is said to have a value of more than $5 million. Whoa, that's a pretty big car collection for sure. Some popular cars in Brady's collection include the $1.7 million Bugatti Veyron Super Sport and the 2015 Rolls-Royce Ghost, which cost $400,000. TB also owns the limited edition TB12 Aston Martin model and the Ferrari M458T. He's also the owner of the 2014 Maserati Gran Turismo and the Audi R8, which is priced at $165,000. He owns a $44,000 Jeep Grand Cherokee and a $47,000 Lexus RX Hybrid and a $35,000 Chevy Colorado. The most expensive car in his collection, though, by far, is the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. The $2.5 million supercar is a refurbished version of the previous generation that offers much more improved power and performance. There were only 30 units of the model made, and Tom Brady was lucky enough to secure one of these bad boys. The 8-liter W16 engine of Brady's Super Sport is quad turbocharged. It produces 1,184 horsepower and 1,106 foot-pounds of torque. That's insane! Think of the speeds that this car could go. It also houses a dual-clutch automatic transmission. The Super Sport isn't Tom Brady's only exciting car. He also owns a 2018 Aston Martin Vanquish S Volante TB12. The British sports car manufacturer Aston Martin released the TB12 model of the Aston Martin Vanquish S Volante as a limited edition. Only 12 models of this car were produced in total, and each one cost a whopping $360,000. Named after Tom Brady and the number on his jersey, this Aston Martin model had Tom's involvement in the design process. It housed a 6.0-liter V12 engine, which is a work of art. This model also has an 8-speed automatic transmission. Its engine generates 580 horsepower and 465 foot-pounds of torque. Tom also owns the $75,000 Cadillac Escalade Hybrid and the $86,000 Range Rover HSE Lux. He's also the owner of the BMW X5 Gisele, which has a price tag of $57,000. Well, that's a wrap on how Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen spend their millions. See you in the next video.
That's a 44-yard penalty. Brady, end zone, touchdown.
We're going to take Cade out, and he's going to chip Brian Burns, so he's late to add. That leaves only 3.
That's a 44-yard penalty. Brady, end zone, touchdown.
Brady looks his way, looks the other way, and it's a touchdown.
Brady throwing end zone. It is